So moving on to the AECT Standard 4, Professional Knowledge. So in this standard, we were supposed to create and develop some assignments to evaluate technology-rich learning environments with a supportive community of practice. So the collaborative, I chose Substandard 4.1 collaborative practice. So in this, I did this project together from my classmate, one of my classmates whose name was Daniel Mange. And I took this project from my EME 6208 Interactive Media course, which I took in spring 2019. It is IMA2 Usability Report on Duolingo app. So we created a usability report on Duolingo app. So this is the three parts of the report, and I'm going to share this part like we were supposed together collaboratively. We did together this assignment. So this is the usability report on Duolingo app. So we did everything together to do. We took the uh, we took the interview of four participants, and then we divided into different tasks and then task questionnaire results. We analyzed the data, everything we did in this way. This is the analysis part, and these are the recommendations. Next, I took leadership, which I substandard leadership, which I did for this assignment. For this artifact, I took from my EME 1613 Development of Technology-Based Instruction course, which I took in spring 2020. So this is the final project of Let's Get this physical training module, which I created with my classmates or peers using Articulate Storyline. So this is a group project actually, but and divided between three of us, Christy Davis, Daniel Mange, and myself. But each of us took a lead in some part. So I took leadership or role as well, apart from my other classmates. So it was basically divided into four parts, the project. So the nutrition rich diet, blood pressure check, body composition, various treadmill checks. So my part was to research and lead my group on the importance of various types of treadmill test. Apart from working on my portion, I also lead various other sections on this project. For instance, I also did beta testing, alpha testing, all those things in the training modules. So here is the project link. So this is the first part. This is the body composite part. This is the treadmill, level 4. So moving on to the reflection on practice part. So I did this one I chose the artifact for this substandard online practicum reflective video for my final project from my EME 6457 distance learning class. So basically in this assignment, we were supposed to create a 1 month online teaching practicum, and I used two of my online classes, Reading 4 and English Composition 1 for this practicum, and I developed two courses, online courses, and I created assignment, quizzes, different modules, everything. So here is the link for this practicum. So here is this. So moving on to the assessing and evaluating part. So this is the substandard 4.4. So as the name indicate, we have to assess and evaluate something through this substandard. So I have added an artifact from my interactive media course, and this is a linear training, Duolingo mobile app review and evaluation. So in this assignment, I created using Adobe Captivate a training module of Duolingo mobile app. So I evaluated that. So this is the link for the project. So this is how I added a assignment in the subs standard in this ACT standard 4. Moving on to ACT standard 5. So here this is basically about research. So here there are three substandard: theoretical foundation. So in S51 I used theoretical foundation. So I created based on this theoretical foundation. So I added the artifact from my current trends in instructional design course, which is my final paper and final presentation. So as the substandard indicates that we need to present a research from the past and current theory of the educational communication. So I utilize the theory and the foundational knowledge of past and current theories of the educational communications and technology to, for instance, to prove my point, I wrote my final paper on the topic of mobile apps and their usage in teaching and learning of ESL in higher education settings. To prove my point of view, I utilized some research-based journal articles to write my paper. I also gave the examples of some of the teaching theories which support this concept. So here is the paper. This is the paper. So it's all I described about the learning theories, and then I also describe about the potential benefits of uh, mobile apps, different mobile apps. So this is how I developed this paper. And this is the video link for my presentation. Now moving on to the method part from this substandard 5.2 method. So for this, I utilized in two artifacts basically. So in one artifact, I use from my Foundation of Educational Research course, EDF 6428. It was my research proposal paper. So we have to research methodologies to solve problem and enhance practice. So I utilize this artifact to prove myself here. So this is the paper, research question and significance, and then review of literature, and then the summary and critique, proposed method, all those things. So the second artifact I utilized from it was the final paper or the report from my EME 6613, development of technology-based instruction course. So this is basically about the report or the final report or the paper or project of which we did together using articulate storyline. So this is the artifact link. This is the introduction, project background, rationale and goal, theoretical framework, method, design proof, usability and alpha testing result, design proof review, beta testing result and revisions. And then this is how I created this report. Now moving on to the last part, which is assessing and evaluating. So for this, I utilized Artifact, which is from a distance learning course which I took in spring 2020. It's a evaluation of a evaluative PowerPoint of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, basically. So I assessed the Maslow's hierarchy of needs and evaluated it. So this is how I created, and I embedded my voice also in each PowerPoint presentation. So this is how I developed this assignment. So this is the this AECT standard 5 is the last part of the all standards. So this is my reflection. So of my all of my e-portfolio, what I learned from my journey towards this course and what I learned from this mm, mm, master's programs in learning design and technology. So I learned a lot throughout this program in various manners. For instance, I learned many diverse type of technological tools, applications that were focused on learning pedagogy, effective strategies, theories, and principles, and all those things. I also learned to work together with my co-peers and classmates, and uh, and I specifically would like to thank Dr. Park, who throughout my this journey towards my master's, because without him it would not have been possible to finish this master's. And it's been a great program, and I learned a lot throughout this journey of 2.5 years. If I would be asked to do my portfolio artifacts again next time to better meet the standards, then I will recommend that this whole process of creating an e-portfolio through meeting the standard itself was very thorough, detailed, and perfect process. So it's a great journey for me. Now, this is the link for my resume. So here is the link for my resume. So this is my educational work experience. This is my educational background. These are the conferences, publications, and this is the link for my resume. These are my skills, technical skills. And this is the last part of my e-portfolio, which is the contact. So here is my cell phone number and email address. So if you have any questions and concerns, you can send me through this. Now I'm back on my homepage again. So thank you so much for being the part of my journey of ePortfolio. And this is divided into three parts, although, but I hope you enjoyed this journey, and thank you so much again for being the part of this journey.